First staple upper body movement that we have is the overhead press. The reason that we do this is to make sure that athletes have a strong torso and that they have full range of motion overhead. We want to make sure that we're training athletes within a 90-degree range of motion when it comes to pressing movements. We want to work everywhere from the overhead press to the dip and all angles in between. So this is always going to be a staple in our training program. The athlete will start by grabbing the barbell thumb distance from the knurling. They'll get the bar right up to their collarbone, drive their elbows forward to create a shelf, step out of the rack, and we're just facing this way for demonstration purposes. In real life, obviously the athlete would be facing in toward the rack. The first thing they'll do is set their course. Their abs are going to be super braced. We'll watch Coach Maggie here, just dialing in her whole core, driving the feet through the ground, eyes are straight ahead, knuckles are straight up to the ceiling. As we begin the pressing movement, we're going to slightly move the head out of the way and drive the barbell up until our bicep reaches our ears. Coach Maggie will demonstrate what 5 reps look like in real time right now. Go. Excellent. And you can see she's using a 4-second tempo on the way down and a 1-second tempo on the way up. We call this a 4-0-1-0 tempo, as there's no pause in the top position and no pause in the bottom position. Awesome. You can rack that bar, Coach. Excellent job. So that's our overhead press. That is our first staple upper body pressing movement. 2 of the most common mistakes that we see with the overhead press that you should be aware of is, number 1, arching the back excessively as you press overhead. We coach our athletes to keep their rib cage down over their pelvis and to maintain a tight torso. The second one that we see is simply not getting enough range of motion in that end range position when the bar is overhead. We want to make sure we're coaching our athletes to get the bicep by the ear and not having the arm go in front of the ear. If for some reason there's limitations in range of motion, that's something that should be addressed with an alternative exercise.